in that category.
Yes, I want to decide. Yes, okay. I want medics to decide. I don't think a 19-year-old who doesn't like getting up on a Monday morning is someone I should be supporting with my hard-earned taxes.
I don't know anyone like that, though, Julia.
I literally know kids like that.
Imagine being so obsessed with Donald Trump that you ignore your own country collapsing. In this clip, Julia Hartley-Brewer shuts down a Labour guest who ignores the British economic crisis to rant about US politics before demanding you pay for benefit scroungers. It is peak delusion. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the like and subscribe button and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Now let's watch this together and then I'll share my thoughts at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. These challenges at home are huge. I've just got to say before that, I'll just say very, very quickly, your last caller who I had to sit through was an absolute disgrace, by the way.
Why?
Because a woman was just shot dead, and you rightly refuted her on that. You know, I'm pleased to see that you did, but a woman was just shot dead and murdered by federal agents in the US. And did you hear the callousness in her voice because you disagreed with her politically? That's the tide that we're facing from America.
I think we're facing that on the left and the right in America, and I think we face that here as well. If you're on my side, I'll agree with you. If you're not on my side, I'll condemn you.
That's definitely a factor across the world. It is polarization. But I will say, you know, these people who support Donald Trump in their mania will support him no matter what. She was talking about the decency of a woman who got shot and why she shouldn't be there.
But she shouldn't have been there.
Not done. Yeah, I don't care, Julia. She was shot dead.
Yeah, I don't want her shot, but she shouldn't have been there.
The statements and the language from Donald Trump. She was bothered about the rhetoric of the mayor. When you see the words that Donald Trump says about, you know, Greenland, about his own population, about Somali people in Minnesota.
I mean, one could criticise both, and I would criticise both.
Well, we're not here to discuss it. I understand.
Okay.
This. I'll not take any more of your time up about it. I could not sit through it without saying something.
Okay, let's talk about the cost of living here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Keir Starmer's situation that he faces right now is obviously very difficult. But I think you're right. I don't think it's not so much that he doesn't get it. I mean, he must get it. He must understand on a human level how difficult it is for people. And of course, it's in his best interest to fix it. He'll want to, of course he will. I just don't think that he's equipped to do so because he's not thinking outside of the box. You know, Keir Starmer is very much a status quo kind of person. You know, you keep things going as they are. There's certain institutions you can't change. There's certain options that are off the table. Unfortunately, we don't live in those times anymore. We live in times where you have to take drastic measures to fix drastic problems.
But we're going to see, you know, thousands more pubs going under because the business rates. At the same time today, the government is enacting legislation which is going to spend £3 billion of our hard-earned taxpayers' money to give people who don't work full-time, mum off and not working at all, more money because they've chosen to have more kids than they can afford to have under the scrapping of the two-child benefit cap. I mean, they don't get it. This is just about more handouts for people who don't do the right thing, taking money from people who do the right thing.
That's not my view on it. I mean, a strong welfare state's important.
Yeah, we should just throw money at anyone who makes all the wrong decisions and can't be asked to work properly.
Wrong decisions. Come on, Julia. It's not about right or wrong decisions here. It's about a government supporting its people. That's its duty.
Supporting its people.
Yeah, it's its responsibility.
And Labour's people are people who can't be bothered to work and have too many kids.
People. It's not about Labour's people. Any government should be doing the same. It shouldn't be up for contestation whether we support our welfare state. Just the same as our NHS.
I support the welfare state. No. Well, I support healthcare, but I don't support the NHS. I support the welfare state as a safety net, not as a way of life for people who can't be bothered.
It's not. But this is the difficulty that we come up against time and time again, Julia, is that you think it is a way of life, but it's very much not. You cannot exist on that.
Well, they do. We constantly hear this, apart from the fact that millions of people do choose to do that.
Lots of people have to. They don't have a choice.
We could help the people who don't have a choice, the severely disabled people who are really in dire straits through illness.
The problem is you're deciding who is in that category.
Yes, I want to decide. Yes, I want medics to decide. I don't think a 19-year-old who doesn't like getting up on a Monday morning is someone I should be supporting with my hard-earned taxes.
I don't know anyone like that, though, Julia.
I literally know kids like that.
I think we should I think there should be a funded documentary to put you in the tribunals, Julia.
Oh, my God, please.
No, listen, not so the power can go to your head, because I know what you like, but I think it should be so that you can see the reality of it.
Yeah.
And it will soften your heart and you'll be
I
changed.
don't think it will.
It will,
I
and
really
you'll be
don't
working-
think it
listen,
will. I've
you'll be
yet
working at
to
the
watch.
BBC with an ear.
I've yet to watch one of these documentaries which are supposed to make me bleed and heart. When I see some woman at the food bank talk about how difficult things are, I'm just like, nope. I just think you should go and get a proper job and start having kids.
I think you need to examine something, or you need a visit from 3 ghosts. But the time for that's passed because we've just had Christmas.
You know who I worry about? I worry about the people who are really struggling, who are doing jobs that they really don't enjoy, with a rotten boss, getting paid a pittance, who are struggling every single day to make ends meet and put food on the table, and who are being forced to pay.
People.
And they're being forced to pay for those people. No, the vast majority of people getting that 2-child benefit cap, getting that extra benefit, which is a few grand a year, 3.5 grand a year. It's not 20 quid a week. It's not the child benefit most people are thinking about. They don't either no parent is in work, or only one parent is in work and they're not working full time. I'm sorry, if both parents were working full time, perhaps stopping having babies, they would be a lot better off. And I don't see why I should be funding their poor decision making.
But at the same time, you're frustrated with declining birth rates, and you're frustrated with all of that, aren't you? So if you want to make it more difficult for people to have children,
I don't want to make it more difficult for people to have children. I think the people who are law-abiding, hard-working taxpayers, I'm pretty sure that those people would have more kids if they didn't have to pay such high taxes to fund the other families who are affected.
People claiming child benefit are not law-abiding people. Let's be clear about that. These are people who are in all sorts of myriad of circumstances, and it's just as it would be naive of me to say every one of them is fine and crystal clear and unscrupulous and all the rest of it would be wrong. It's wrong for you to say that they're all a problem.
No, okay. No, well, not all a problem, but there are people I'd want to help. We could help the people who need help far more if we weren't helping pretty much anyone who wants it. Let me ask you just finally about Labour setting to hike fuel duty from September. Keir Starmer under pressure for yet another. I mean, every single policy he lays out, there's more pressure for a U-turn. Do you think he will U-turn?
I think he'll probably have to in the end. What frustrates me time and time again, and I end up finding myself siding with Conservatives on this more than people on my own side, which is, it's horrible, Julia, to be honest with you. But, the frustration is the way that we talk about cars in this country, and the way that we still kind of criticise people who have cars or drive vans as if it's like a choice, right? Like I grew up in rural Northumberland, in a single-parent household with not much money at all. We had a car. We had to. My mum went from, scrap car to scrap car to scrap car. We just had to, because you could not get anywhere because there's no bus routes.
Absolutely. And this is what Nigel Farage said about the new drink drive laws, basically saying this is dreamt up by Islington cycling elite because they simply don't understand how vital they are. I'm going to have to leave it there. James Mathewson, former Labour Party spokesman and commentator, thank you so much.
Did you catch that at the start? I can't sit through it without saying he just couldn't help himself. This is the problem with the modern political class. British businesses are being crushed by rates, fuel duty is going up, and this guy wants to debate American politics and moralise about Donald Trump's rhetoric on Greenland. It's total deflection. And when Julia finally forces him to talk about the UK, what is his solution? More handouts, more taxes on you. He claims the moral high ground on Trump, then turns around and insults hard-working Britons by calling them Scrooge for wanting a fair welfare system. It proves they don't care about the working class. They only care about their own sense of moral superiority. Let me know in the comments. Why are British lefties so obsessed with Donald Trump when our own country is falling apart? Let's talk about it below. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing.